Memphis Kane reporting for duty. Rocking the Clark Kent curl. Superman. Hey, what's going on, you guys? I was asked to do a video where I feature my loadouts and kind of talk about some of my attachments. I don't know how long this video is going to be. I'm just going to kind of freestyle my way right through it, and hopefully it's not too long. We'll start out, I guess, right here with my very first loadout. This is the one, and obviously I use this one the most. It's an SKS loadout. I'm going to kind of scroll down. I'm going to ignore the gun for a minute. I'm going to talk about my perks, lethal, and tactical. You're going to see this perk set up on pretty much everything. Not so much the tune-up, but cold-blooded and ghost. I have that on pretty much everything. The advantages, like some of your other perks in this game mode are, they're not necessarily useless, but by comparison to cold-blooded and ghost, they're basically useless. Those are pretty much the only ones that, not just useful, but very useful. The ghost, you're hidden from UAVs, heartbeat sensors, and then cold-blooded, people aren't going to be able to find you with thermal sights. They'll still be able to see the, your outlet, your silhouette, your outlet, your outline is what I meant to say, your silhouette. And then here, lethal C4 packs, those are, to me, the most useful. And there's no reason to run anything other than a heartbeat sensor. So you can find the suckers that aren't using Ghost, or maybe they just redeployed, haven't had a chance to pick up a loadout with Ghost in it. Alright, so moving on to the gun, the SKS. I do all my sniping with the SKS, the EBR, and the Axe 50 cal. The SKS and the EBR are marksman rifles, semi-automatic. I personally highly recommend them, like them a lot. As far as attachments go, I think I rock a suppressor on every gun I have, and that's there's a few advantages to that. It's harder for people to pinpoint where you're shooting them from when you're shooting them in the back or in the side. It makes it a little more difficult. And then people who aren't in the fight that are kind of far away, they're not going to hear your gunshots and then come rushing in to flank the team that wins the fight. Sit on the outside and just wait for an opportunity to flank. So with this, you can kind of be sneaky, drop someone with a headshot, and then maybe try to get his teammate before anyone knows what's going on. I recommend suppressors on everything. And then when it comes to my sniping rifles, I usually put on the 22-inch barrel. It'll add damage range, bullet velocity, recoil control. To me, recoil control and anything that stabilizes the gun, those are the two most important things, to me anyways, on sniping. Especially with the semi-automatic sniper rifles, because you don't want that scope bouncing around all over the place. You want it to be as laser as you can possibly make it. So I'm always looking for stability and recoil control. And then obviously you're going to have to go with the sniper scope or PU scope in this case. Otherwise how would you be sniping? The SKS has the SKS rifle stock, which is going to help with your aim stability. I don't so much care for aim walking steadiness, but if it's on there, hey, I'll take it. And then the Commando foregrip, you've got the two pluses there, both the stabilization and the stability. Whereas the operator foregrip, you only have recoil control. So I go with the 2 versus the 1 for me. And then you'll see here momentarily, same thing on the EBR. I think that's Loadout 5. Yes, Loadout 5. This is the EBR, the Flesh Wound Blueprint. Now, the Flesh Wound actually comes with this tactical suppressor that has the cool green army tape around the suppressor, but it only has sound suppression, whereas if you switch to the monolithic, you've got the sound suppression, plus you have the added damage range. Now you do lose the cool army green tape, and you now have the flat black, which is not as cool. But I'll take the pros from this versus the pros from this. And then the rest of this gun, you're going to find the same stuff. Things that have like recoil control, 22-inch barrel once again, bullet velocity, damage range, the sniper scope, The F-tac helps with the aiming stability, where you don't get that. This is, aim down sight speed. Who cares when you're sniping? They don't even know that you're aiming at them anyways. Walking speed, what does that have to do with a sniper rifle? I have no idea. None of this is useful. The F-tac is the only thing useful on this gun because it gives you the aiming stability, which helps with recoil. And then here, same exact stuff. Commando foregrip versus the operator foregrip. You want as much stability as possible. You don't want that gun bouncing around when you're trying to shoot someone at a long distance. And then my other sniping class, which I pretty much only use during the rumble mode, and it's the only time I really use the axe. I barely have anything unlocked on this. It's only level 21, so I'm just kind of doing the best I can with the attachments that I have. I could probably pull this suppressor off though, since I use it in rumble mode. Look for something that adds some distance or melee damage. What? Melee damage? Or recoil. This isn't really semi-auto. I don't know. I might mess with that at another time. That's what I'm going to get rid of. Where's it at? Oh, there it is. So you don't really need a suppressor in the rumble mode. Now in the rumble mode you will see that I have overkill instead of ghost. Because you don't really need ghost in this game, in the rumble mode. Rumble mode isn't even out anymore, but cross my fingers it'll come back. But yeah, you don't need ghost in this game mode. You're better off to carry two weapons, long range and short range action. I actually think I have an example of that in one of my videos. This is another rumble mode, basically the same thing, but with the SKS instead of the 50 caliber axe. So now close range, close quarters. We've got these three loadouts right here. This one with the name on it. This when the game first came out, I'd use the Bison all the time. Mainly, how do I get down there? For this attachment right here, 84 round drum. Well, it's not a drum, but mag box, 84 rounds, so you can run through several enemies before you have to reload. Now it is heavier, so that has a negative effect on your aim down sight speed. But outside of the drum, aim down sight speed, that is to me the most important in close quarter combat situations. Walking speed, hip fire is another thing that I like to add up, to boost up, I guess. Well, I guess in this case, I probably should change this out. Well, I don't use this class anymore. Again, suppressor. Now the two classes that I'm using right now are 3 and 4. Mainly I'm using 3 just to get this Fennec maxed out, only level 36. It's a really popular gun, but I'm actually not really a big fan of it. I'll tell you why in a minute. But again, suppressor, and then everything you see is going to have to do with aim down sight speed, or hip fire, or aim walking speed, because this is all close combat situations, so you want to be able to move. Oh, and then I actually added the drum because there's no, at least I haven't unlocked it anyways, there's no sleight of hand, which I think I'd prefer sleight of hand with this gun, but work with what you got, right? Hip fire accuracy. Is there? No, there's nothing to do with draw speed here. So yeah, the Merc foregrip, recoil control, hip fire accuracy. And then the same thing. Now this is the grow. I don't know how to pronounce it. Does anyone? It's debatable. So this is the Shadow Sight blueprint, but a little bit different than the popular one, or the one that was popular. I don't think many people are using this anymore since the latest update. It's kind of been nerfed. But with this, with this setup, it's still a pretty powerful gun. It doesn't really reach out a long range like people want, but that's what I have a sniper rifle for. ZLR that comes with the gun, the no stock that comes with the gun. I keep those. I use the attack laser because people can't see it. Got the aim down sight speed, which is, you know, I mean, to me that's important for the close quarter combat situations, to be able to get your gun up quickly. Sleight of hand for the reload, because I don't really like to use the bigger ammo boxes on this gun for some reason. I prefer the sleight of hand, chopping enemies one at a time and reload. Aim down sight speed, sprint to fire speed. Those are especially sprint to fire, because it seems like in a lot of times in the close quarter combat situations you're doing a lot of sprinting to get to cover, move from one cover to another cover, go from room to room through windows. So the sprint to fire speed is pretty nice. It gives you a little bit of an advantage versus people that aren't using it, and as we know, every little bit counts. Now, since the latest update, I've heard that the, let's see, go and jump into here. I've heard that the FAL has been boosted. I used to use this. This is the first gun that I used when the game came out. Let's see, what all do we have for this? I think I'm going to recreate a new class with it, just based on what I've heard about it being. Let's get that suppressor right away. Oh, really? Aim down sight speed. Oh, no, we're not going to go no stock. Not on this one. What do I want to do here? I think I might want to go with this Mark IV grip, because this isn't really a close quarters gun, even though that's what I would use it for. I mean, I'd use it for both when the game came out. To me, this was an all-purpose, long range, short range. Oh, what's up, Fredo? When you see this video, you'll hear me saying what's up to you. I don't know what I want to put on the bottom of this. Let's look at what else we have. Let's make this as stable as can be. What is this? Let's clear green dots out too. Oh, and I put an optic on this. You know, while I'm here, let me talk about that. I usually go iron sight on everything that's not a sniper rifle, but on this FAL, I remember using this in particular optic and liking a lot, so I'm going to put it on here. I may take it off later to put on a bigger ammo box, or maybe a tack laser. I don't know. Let's go with the custom army green ammo. Camo, not ammo. Where's that gold coin at? Oh, I don't want this. What do I want? I want this. I only have the one reticle. Alright, so that is my new class. Bada boom, bada bam. Probably won't even use it. Probably just keep working on the Fennec. Alright, well that's my loadouts. These ones here are just junk ones that I use to clear up my green dots. Thanks for watching, you guys. Guess I'll go ahead and end this video now. Hope it was insightful. Peace.